And we last left off here, right? And I've got a new mouse, so hopefully we won't accidentally skip any text this time unless I honestly am double-clicking. Let's see, I have my textbook, my notebooks, my wallet, and my phone. Nothing more, right? I checked one more time just in case I left anything behind and closed my bag. I finished eating and packing, so all I had to do now was to go to school.
큰일이야! 엄청나게 큰일이라고!
Normally, I would have gotten mad at him for not knocking, but this time he looked so serious that I got scared. What's happening now? I feel like something bad just happened. Wait, what? What happened? Oh god, did I get a bad ending after all?
일단 나와봐. 어서!
Wait! Oh god, I really hope I didn't get a bad ending. I really hope I didn't, because this does sound really familiar. I got the bad ending for Yuri in the first act, despite getting a scene with him, so... Oh, please, please, please. Where is everybody?
밖에 있어. 우리도 빨리 나가자.
Something big must have happened if everyone ran outside already. Everyone was standing at the first floor. At the first floor? Do Koreans count the ground floor as the first floor? What's everyone doing? What?! Oh, this scene. Oh, you had me scared for a second game. The body shined gloriously as if it had just been washed. The flawless wheels and the emblem lighted under the morning sun drew everyone's attention. It seemed to say, I'm expensive, so serve me carefully. A limousine. There's a limo in front of my house. The car I thought I might ride once on my winning day was right in front of my eyes. I couldn't believe my own eyes and wondered what this was all about. Why is this car in front of our house?
우리의 통학용 교통수단이래요.
Huh? He must know what this majestic car is.
오늘부터 이 차를 타고 아카데미에 가게 될 거래요. 그런데 마스터, 진짜 이 차 타도 돼요? 왠지 타기가 겁이 나요.
I'm afraid too. Its splendor was intimidating. If someone scratches the car, they'll have to use their life savings to pay off the insurance. I don't know, it's a tiny scratch, you can easily get rid of it. Or cover it up. Our ride to school? Who the hell told you...
그야 바로 이 몸이지, my honey.
What? What are you talking about, Yuri?
어제 그 악몽 같은 버스를 타고 나서 곰곰이 생각했지. 이렇게 계속 버스를 타고 다니다간 내 미모가 순식간에 망가지고 말 거라고. 그렇다고 택시를 타려고 해도 너희가 좀 시끄러워야 말이지. 그래서 그냥 사버렸어.
This is on a completely different level from me collecting dolls.
이 몸의 품위를 떨어뜨리지 않으면서도 안전하게 우리 모두를 이동시켜줄 든든한 녀석이지. 왜 그런 말도 있잖아. 밥이 없으면 빵을 먹으면 되잖아. 그렇다면 나는 이렇게 말하고 싶군. 버스가 싫으면 리무진을 타면 되잖아. 뭐 같은 맥락 아니겠어?
The modern Marie Antoinette. I wonder if he knows that the person who said that was guillotined.
가능한 한 편하게 아카데미에 가고 싶은 네 마음은 알겠지만 이건 빵과 비교하기에는 좀 과한 것 같다. 좀 오버한 것 같아, 유리.
오버는 무슨? 이 몸이 타고 다니실 건데 이 정도는 돼야지.
우와! 차가 엄청 길다! 나 이런 거 처음 봐! 이렇게 엄청난 게 유리 네 전함이라는 거지? 이거 우리가 타도 돼?
이봐, 그만 좀 만져. 손자국 찍히잖아. 그리고 방금 말했듯이 앞으로 우린 이 차를 타고 아카데미에 갈 거야.
As big as the limousine was, so was my headache.
아 참, 그리고 마이 허니가 원했던 대로 스마트폰도 다 개통했어. 자, 여기 하나씩 받아.
와, 그럼 이제 마스터랑 화상 채팅할 수 있겠네요.
The boys were excited at their smartphones, plus the limo. The smartphones felt petty compared to the limo in front of my eyes. Just, oh my god, that's all I can say.
이거 진짜 우리가 타도 돼요? 너무 비싸 보이는데 괜찮을런지.
당연히 괜찮고 말고. 내 차에 내가 타겠다는데 무슨 문제가 있겠어?
There are so many problems, I don't even know where to start. I ask you this several times a day, but where do you get the money? You're not doing something bad, are you? Huh? I noticed even the sunglasses were from a high fashion label. I felt my head spin at all the luxury items I'm seeing today.
마이 허니는 궁금한 것도 많군. 나에 대해 지대한 관심이 생기는 모양이지? 그건 환영이지만 더 이상 알려고 하지 마. 공주님은 아무런 걱정 없이 왕자가 준비한 백마에 타기만 하면 된다고. 그 외의 소소한 문제들은 신경 쓰지 마.
If the price of that limousine is trivial, then I'm less significant than a dust particle floating in the air.
걱정하지 마. 그땐 내가 널 있는 힘껏 들이마셔주지. 내 안에서 영원히 못 빠져나가도록 말이야.
Creepy. It's not even cold and I'm getting goosebumps. If I hear any more of this, I'll turn into a chicken and fly away. Chickens don't fly. From what I remember. They don't, right?
덧붙여 말하자면 운전은 내가 해. 너희들은 마음 놓고 타기만 하면 돼.
I would ask if he knows how to drive, but he is the mature adult doll type, and they do the things that they were designed to do. So I guess it would make sense for him to be able to drive. Do you know how to drive? And I think he has it in his head that being a driver is cool. I pondered over whether I should point out that a limo driver isn't that cool.
그런 소소한 궁금증은 나중에 천천히 풀어주도록 하지. 그럼 갈까, 마이 허니?
I lost my words and just stared blankly at the limo with its door open. God, today won't be so smooth after all. I thought I led a pretty normal life. I do have a hobby I can't tell anyone about, but besides that, I was completely ordinary on the outside. So I thought that I would ride a limo once in my life on my wedding day. But what I'm seeing right now is overturning all of that. Who knew that I'd take a limo to school? Even my grandpa up there would have known. Anyways, every day I've been going to school in the car of everyone's dreams. In a freaking limousine.
자, 총사령관이 내렸으니까 이번엔 내 차례다.
아, 서두르지 말라고. 체리보이는 신경 쓰지 말고 공주님은 천천히 내려. 다치면 안 되니까 말이야.
마스터, 교실에서 뵐게요.
Every time one of the boys gets off, I can hear girls screaming. God, that squealing is annoying in my earphones. Seeing the crowd, I feel like I'm looking at movie stars getting on the red carpet. Of course, this is so not a red carpet event. It's just people going to school, a normal thing that happens every day. Except Sundays. And depending on the country, Saturdays. The number of screaming girls grew and they started to form a massive crowd around the limousine. But I have no idea why half of those girls aren't wearing our school uniform. After Yori Yonho read and Tae got off the car, out of the car, I was alone. Right. Lance left early for school because of his discipline duties. When the four boys entered the school gate, the noisy crowd naturally disappeared along with them. I took the chance and quietly got out of the car. I can't make an objective decision yet on whether the bus or the limo is the safer way to go to school. If a crowd forms every day like today, it might be more dangerous than a packed bus. But it's definitely better than that I'll never be late for school. Got off the car, brushed off my clothes, and headed to the gate. I was about to pass the gate when I saw a familiar face. it's Lance who started his discipline guide duties. You know, this reminds me of Tokimeki Memorial's second season, or second kiss, where you meet Hikami when he yells at you for coming to school a few seconds too late, and he yells out at you. Lance looked pretty interested in the student government last time, and he ended up applying to join. I'm glad he has something he wants to do. I felt glad to see him in front of the gate and was about to say hi. But I suddenly felt as if there were more people around the gate than usual. Sure enough, a number of girls were lingering around the gate. It seems as if they were going to stay there looking at Lance right until the bell rings. I think it'd be too hard to be friendly with him in a situation like this. I don't think saying hi would be overly friendly, but you never know with fangirls. Good luck, Lance! You look good as the discipline guide, although you don't look at all that different, since you're still the same portrait and all. Good luck, Lance. I already read that. But as expected, he didn't reply and just put the phone back into his pocket. That's so Lance.
리무진 소년 앞시셨군.
Stop it. There were so many people today.
네가 누리는 것에 비하면 싼 대가지. 아침마다 멋진 남자들과 함께 리무진에서 내리는 등굣길이라니. 그런 행운이 또 어디 있겠어? 게다가 교문에는 아이스 프린스가 서 있고 말이야. 정말 눈호강한다니까.
I almost want to ask something, but I'm waiting to see if they're actually mentioning it. A week before, when I first came to school in the limo, Soy clung on to me and started interrogating me about everything. So I had to come up with whatever excuse I can, like I did when they transferred to the school. I told her that Mr. Yuri was giving me a ride as a thank you for being a guide for the Hot Five. I added that I couldn't refuse, and that I only found out about the limo on the day that I started taking it. Which is true. I would never be able to tell her the honest details, but I had no choice but to tell her that I was taking the limo. Well, no. Even if I didn't tell her, she would have soon found out anyway since there's such a big fuss.
피곤해 보인다.
Yeah, a bit. It's natural that I feel tired after getting through that enormous crowd. I wasn't physically in a battle, but I just felt so exhausted.
피곤하다고? 왜? 아침부터 핫5로 눈호강하고 왔잖아.
I told you, even you'd be tired after seeing a bunch of scary girls run at you in the morning. I'm thinking about talking to Mr. Yuri about me just taking the bus.
그럼 너 대신 내가 타고 오면 안 돼?
집이 반대 방향이잖아.
상관없어. 일찍 가서 기다리면 되지. 저 드림카를 타기 위해서라면 그깟 시간과 돈이 아깝겠니?
I think Soy thinks of our house as a limousine stop. I left her to chatter on and took out my smartphone. I didn't get any texts. I guess everyone's busy trying to make their way into the building since no one has contacted me yet. Yuri ended up getting smartphones for everyone. Thanks to that, we can contact each other without any trouble. As expected, Yunho's the one who texts me the most. Tae, Yuri, and Red only contact me when they have something to say. On the other hand, Lance doesn't text at all.
야, 너 스마트폰 줘봐. 샀는데 고작 하는 거라고는 문자 보내고 전화 받는 것밖에 없는 것 같은데. 앱 같은 것도 설치해보란 말이야.
Apps? I did often see ads for different apps on TV and on magazines. But it was too much of a bother to search and install, so I've never tried using one.
종쳤네? 나중에 설치해줄게.
Don't put anything weird on my phone. Unless you tell me how to delete it immediately.
오늘 수업은 여기까지다.
중간고사가 코앞이니 예습 복습 충실히 해라.
Finally, math class is over. It was so difficult trying to stop myself from dozing off. Should I take a quick nap? Oh, right. I searched for my smartphone to check for texts and the time. No text so far.
수학이란 건 아마 인류가 발명한 것 중 제일 복잡한 학문일 거야.
I agree. I'm definitely sure that the black things are letters and the white is the paper. What the hell am I supposed to do with those alien letters and numbers? I only know the basic functions of my phone, but I unconsciously hold on to it.
그렇지? 나만 그런 거 아니지? 역시 넌 내 친구야. 이번 시험에서도 네가 있어서 외롭지 않겠는걸?
No thanks. I don't want to end up last in class with you.
에이, 친구는 지옥까지도 함께 가는 거야.
Her single word has given me tickets to hell and being the last in school. Who was right in front of me?
그렇게 간단히 절교 선언을 하다니. 역시 내 편은 신비밖에 없어. 도와줘.
Huh? Seeing her come towards this way, I put my smartphone on the desk.
저기 말이야.
Yeah. I couldn't help get nervous and tremble a bit when she called me. It was so intimidating the way she looked down at me since I was sitting down. She was tall. I don't know if it's okay to say this about a girl, but she's so handsome. A group of girls were looking this way with revering eyes.
잘한다, 잘한다. 가라, 신비. 10년간 폭포수를 맞으며 수련했던 너의 내공을 보여줘.
Waterfall? So I must be reading fantasy novels these days.
병아리
Chick?
울고 있어.
What? What does she mean, chick?
저기 봐.
I could see Yunho hugging onto his math book, looking as if tears were about to fall from his big eyes. He knows how to bring out the mother instinct from girls. Well, that's what he was designed to do. Girls hiding their dark desires. For some reason, there seemed to be more girls around me today. Couldn't just stay still when it was crying, so I went towards him.
연호야, 니 와 그러노? 와 오노? 그래, 연호야. 왜 울어? 설마 누가 때렸어? 무슨 일인지는 모르겠지만 울려면 이 누나의 가슴팍에서. 그래, 무슨 일인데 그래? 다 들어줄 테니까 나한테 말해볼래? 아니면 우리 집 가서 얘기할까?
엄마, 이 가스나가 방금 뭐라 했노? 우리 집? 우리 집 좋아하고 자빠졌네.
내가 뭐?
참나. 야, 너네 다 저리 비켜. 애가 겁먹잖아. 왜 괜히 분위기 험악하게 만들고 그러냐?
연우야, 걱정하지 마. 이 형님이 알아서 다 해결해 줄게.
그래. 아이 사내대장부가 울면 안 되지. 물론 뭐 넌 겉으로만 보면 저기 마녀들보다 훨씬 예쁘가.
야! 이 사전 이거 누가 던졌어?
변태에게 내리는 천벌이다. 메롱.
Why pervert? He called you a witch, not a bitch or anything like that.
아유, 변태라니!
I can't understand what the hell everyone's saying. They're speaking in the human language, but I can't follow their conversation at all. All I could hear are words pervert and house, and something about a dictionary. For some reason, I'm more worried about this situation than Yunho crying. So it's just about to get through the crowd of those weird kids and approach Yunho. I almost read hose. The gardening kind.
연호야, 울어? 세상에, 이 눈물 아까워서 어째? 누가 우리 노랑병아리를 슬프게 한 거야? 자, 말해봐. 내가 다 해쳐줄게. 감히 이 소위의 물건에 손을 대다니. 배짱 한번 좋군. 누군진 몰라도 좋아, 다 덤벼.
Soy really is an amazing person in several ways. Her eyes were glaring like those of a world champion. Everyone slowly started to back away and get further away from Soy and Yunho. I went through the path Soy parted and went beside him. Yunho, why are you crying?
이거
Yunho held out the thing he was hanging on to. Huh? The math textbook? On the outside, it just looked like a normal textbook. I opened it to find anything out of the ordinary. There was nothing strange. No, actually, there was nothing. It was clean. There wasn't a single thing written in the book. Huh?
왜 그래?
Even considering the fact that it hasn't been that long since the boys came to school, this was basically a new book. He didn't write any notes.
저 머리가 나빴던 거예요. 무슨 소린지 모르겠어요. 선생님이 말씀하시는 거 하나도.
Oh, Yunho must have had a hard time understanding math. I remembered the time when I saw Lance and Tay do everything perfectly right after they turned human and felt embarrassed for myself. So I used to think to myself, I'm a useless person who can't even do what dolls can do. But I guess not all dolls are smart. I felt sympathetic to Yunho talking about how difficult math is for him. I even feel like we might be able to get closer with the similarity. Yeah, I wasn't wrong about math being mankind's enemy. It was at that moment.
이 수학책이 잘못했네.
So I snatched away Yunho's textbook and was violently trying to tear it up. Wait, what are you doing? She was going to shred it to pieces any moment now.
씹어 먹으려고. 결국 이게 연호를 울렸다는 거잖아.
I wish I had a buzzer to tell her she's wrong. How could she be so wrong? It's ridiculous. Don't take it out on the textbook. It's not the book. It's math itself.
책이 불쌍해.
I feel the same way about things, but mostly when I'm in a depressive state, so... After the 3 seconds it took for Soy to switch her personality, she calmly put the textbook on the desk.
아무튼 그러니까 우리 노란 병아리는 지금 이 수학이 어렵다는 거지?
제 머리가 나빠서 그런 걸까요?
Yunho, don't say that. That's so not it. Math is really hard for me, too.
그래. 수학 따위 몰라도 얼마든지 잘 먹고 잘 살 수 있어. 난 덧셈 뺄셈도 아직도 헷갈리는데?
Soy completely degraded herself and made a sweet smile. Anyway, Yunho, it's fine. Math is supposed to be hard. You don't have to worry so much. Okay. Even Lance, who is super smart, won't know everything. The class today was especially hard.
정말요? 란스에게도 어려운 건가요?
It's hard for everyone, so cheer up. Thank God. Yunho finally stopped crying.
우와, 세상에. 대단하다, 란스야. 벌써 교과서 끝까지 다 풀어놨잖아.
What a spectacular timing. I broke out in a cold sweat at what the kids were saying behind me.
야, 진짜네. 야, 란스, 너 대체 못하는 게 뭐냐?
란스, 너무 멋지다. 이거 풀이 좀 봐. 어떻게 이렇게 깔끔하게 계산을 하지?
그러고 보니 아까 선생님이 란스에게 질문했을 때도 망설임 없이 대답했잖아. 완전 멋있었어.
너 외국에서 왔다고 했지? 혹시 외국에서도 영재원 같은 거 다닌 거 아니야?
I glimpsed and saw that he had written down the solutions and answers to every problem. The exact opposite from Yunho's textbook. Hearing everyone exclaim, Lance replied in his usual expressionless face.
이런 걸로 대단하다는 말을 들을 이유는 없습니다. 수학은 정해진 공식을 대입하면 바로 답이 나오는 간단한 학문이니까요.
He must now know how superior he is and said indifferently. There will be students who feel despaired after hearing that. I'm worried. Especially the boy with yellow hair who is traveling right beside me. And he blew his final punch.
그러니까 이 쉬운 걸 못 푼다면 머리가 나쁜 게 맞겠죠.
Look, Lance, I'm not all that good at math myself. I mean, I can do it, I'm just slow at times. Or I overcomplicate things, but that's not a math-exclusive problem. Guys, you all know Lance didn't mean that, right? He's such a joker. I was the only one breaking out a cold sweat in this frozen atmosphere. This is all Lance's fault. He should at least give us a warning before dropping a bomb. I was about to have the illusion that I'm seeing penguins in this icy atmosphere when...
완전 쿨하다.
What?
와, 아까 그 벌레 보는 듯한 표정 봤어? 역시 아이스 프린스라는 별명이 아깝지가 않아.
What?
맞아. 나도 한 번만 그 눈빛으로 째려봐줬으면 좋겠다.
I think everyone's gotten mad at Lance attacks. If not, there's no reason they'd be infatuated with Lance looking at them that way. Every girl dreams that her crush would look at her like she's dirt beneath his heels. I'm wrong in thinking that everyone's getting better at distorting reality, right?
그렇군요. 역시 제 머리가 나쁜 거였어요.
It was Yunho, not the girls, who were devastated by Lance's punch. I forgot that Yunho is still innocent, unlike them. How do I take care of this?
그건 아니라고 생각해. 고대로부터 전해지는 명언이 있어.
고대 명언?
그래.
What does she mean saying? What is it?
행복은 성적순이 아니잖아요.
I thought for a while on whether that was a great saying. A couple girls blushed and agreed with Shinbi.
야, 진짜 좋은 말이다. 누군지 몰라도 말 한 번 잘 남겼네.
행복은 성적순이 아니다.
Maybe it's me, but it sounded like there was more to that.
수학을 잘한다고 해서 행복하란 법은 없어. 행복은 다른 걸로도 얼마든지 느낄 수 있지. 수학은 나한테도 미지의 세계야. 아니, 블랙홀에 가까운가?
맞아. 신비는 진짜로 수학 못해.
I barely stopped myself from telling Soy that she didn't need to add the last part. Anyway, Yunho, there must be some other subject that you're good at, and you can always study for math.
그래, 연호야. 우리가 수학 공부 도와줄게.
난 수학은 자신 없지만 영어라면 가르쳐 줄 수 있어.
저도 공부하면 잘할 수 있을까요?
I can't help you with that. I don't understand the concept of studying because I understood the stuff decently, even if I was just listening with half an ear in class. Of course! To be honest, considering my own experiences, there are some things you just can't do after studying. But I had to make a white lie so that Yunho can cheer up.
그럼 저 공부할게요. 도와주실 거죠?
아, 내가 가르칠 거야, 내가 제일 먼저 손들었다고. 연호야, 나 믿지? 이 누나를 믿어.
무슨 소리? 이 형님을 믿어라, 이 연호야.
Wait! An enormous barricade formed around Yunho just like before. Naturally, I was pushed back by that huge wave. I worried to myself on how I'd be able to help him with his studies, but seeing the situation, I don't really think I need to step up and help him. I can only pray that there is someone over there who will only help him with his studies. I felt like I'd soon get pushed around if I stay around those aggressive kids any longer, so I backed away a bit. I felt like there was more distance between us other than the wall in front of my eyes. He always used to be by my side. But I can't hog him to myself. I should respect his privacy. Who's you talking about right now? Yunho? Why him? I'm not on his route! At least I don't think so. Yunho always used to be by my side. He was so cute and adorable the way he followed me like he was a chick following a hen. But it's true that on one side, that worried me a bit. But now so many people at school like him, and Yunho gets along really well with them. So it's better for Yunho for me to be pushed away sometimes, like now. I feel a bit down for some reason. I should just go out and get some fresh air. There wasn't really anything to decide in that last bit, so... there we go. Officially on Lance's route then. And it's even color-coded for each guy. With Yuri it was a sort of pinkish color. Crowded as always. I waited in line for a long time to buy fresh juice and a chicken salad. I thought they only sold bread. Ever since the dolls became human, I started to spend less on doll items. And so naturally, I was able to stop eating ramen and all this junk food. Huh? Lance. He was eating by himself again. Where's the option if I'm gonna sit with him? Okay. Since this is something to question. Now, of course, the problem with these ice types is always that you're not sure if approaching them bothers them. But I think we are supposed to approach them as often as possible. I recall there was a moment in Yuri's arc where I just kept triggering the wrong thing. I picked the wrong option and I kept getting the bad ending until I actually went back to that one where I kept picking the wrong option because I thought it was the right option, picked the other one, and finally managed to avoid the bad ending. Anyway, let's approach Lance. Huh? I was walking to Lance when I suddenly felt furious glances thrown at me. I had this creepy feeling. I peered around. I finally realized that Lance wasn't really alone. There was a girl hesitating behind him, unable to actually approach him. And from afar I noticed two girls at my 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock coming here step by step. The air was tense from all the girls waiting for the right time to approach him. It was like an African grassland. To be more exact, a pack of lions hiding out in front of a delicious prey. I can't do this. If I go on like this, those lions will tear me to death. Ow!
미안해.
Thankfully I wasn't shoved too hard. I just lost my balance a bit, so I was about to tell him that I was fine. But Lance suddenly stood up from his seat and I lost my words. How dare a guy shove me lightly!
미안. 앞을 안 보고 걷다가 그만.
No, it's my fault. I was totally spacing out.
괜찮습니까?
As Lance talked to me, I thought I could almost feel the furious glances rampaging towards me. I hurriedly nodded to shake the feeling off.
사람이 많은 곳에서 멍하니 있으니 그렇게 되는 겁니다. 그건 점심 식사입니까?
Yeah. All the girls stirred at seeing Lance talk to me first and continue the conversation. I mean, I can understand since Lance hardly ever starts a conversation. The more we talked, the more I felt the envy and jealousy coming towards me. No one sits around Lance. And he looks at me again. What?
저
He looks like he has something to say.
아닙니다.
What? Never mind what? It was as if he was silently screaming for attention. I was silenced at the immense awkwardness, but suddenly I realized the whole cafeteria went quiet. Even the girls who were giggling with the Yunho stared at me and Lance standing awkwardly together. Cut? I was about to be suffocated and sink to the ground.
거기 엄청나게 큰 바퀴벌레다! 어디? 아, 싫어! 난 벌레가 제일 싫어! 빨리 이쪽으로 피시나!
Is this Soy's painstaking effort to save me from that awkward situation? I almost died drowning in that awkwardness.
바퀴벌레 어딨어? 미안, 잘못 봤어. 뭐야, 깜짝 놀랐잖아.
I was so tense I forgot I was hungry. Thanks, Soy.
저거 봐.
What? I turned around and found Lance quietly eating his sandwich in his seat again. And a girl was marching towards him. Unlike me, she fought through all the stairs and confidently sat next to him. Her uniform told me she was an upperclassman. Yeah, I keep looking at their clothes and thinking, is there a slight difference? But I would say in color, but it isn't consistent. So I'm not sure.
안녕, 란스. 부끄러워하긴. 소문에 의하면 넌 절대 남하고 같이 식사하지 않는다며? 그런데 사실은 외로움을 많이 타는 성격 아니야? 그러니까 이렇게 옆에 앉아있게 해준다는 건 역시... 아니면 나에게만 특별히 허락해준 거야? 지금 말 안 해도 괜찮아. 사람이 많아서 부끄러운 건 이해해. 그런 건 둘만 있을 때 얘기하자. 넌 나처럼 당당한 여자를 좋아하는 것 같은데 나 어때?
Honestly, I want to punch her in the face only because of hearing that voice. It sounds so... Look at me! I am amazing and I know it. You know, the kind of girl that really gets on your nerves because she's so pompous. Besides, she was like some narcissistic character from a cheesy soap opera. Is she joking?
아까 너한테 들이대던 그 짧은 머리 여자는 좀 아니더라. 너도 보는 눈이 있으니까 나처럼 느꼈을 거야. 말 안 해도 다 알아.
I wasn't hitting on him. I was just staring. That short-haired girl must be me. I was feeling a bit shocked that she mentioned me when Lance stopped eating and stood up.
란스?
먹을 때 누가 옆에 있는 건 질색입니다. 그게 시끄러운 사람이라면 더욱더 사양이고요.
Hey, you'd love me sitting next to you while eating. I don't really care about talking while eating. I'm busy eating and reading a book.
어머,
Was that worth getting that mad about? It would be nice for him to treat people better so we could get along. What should I do? Well, he does seem to want to say something. Although this could backfire, so going back... I'm gonna follow him, see where this leads us. I'm worried. He's definitely heading towards the roof. I follow Lance to the rooftop and open the door after carefully peering around. Lance!
당신이 여기엔 어떻게...
Hang on. Barely caught my breath and looked up at him. Couldn't even look at him all day because of the other girls.
뛰어오셨군요.
Yeah, I had something to say, so I followed you.
제가 당신을 곤란하게 한 일이라도 있습니까? 말씀하시죠.
About that girl earlier. I think she was just being friendly. You were too brutal towards her.
그 선배라뇨?
What? Did he forget already? At the cafeteria. I think you embarrassed her too much. You don't have to be so quiet in the cafeteria, you know. It's not the library.
아, 제 옆에 앉았던 여학생 말이군요. 당신이 신경 쓸 일은 아닙니다. 그저 그 사람이 제 옆에 있는 게 불쾌했고 전 그것을 표현했을 뿐입니다.
He was too self-assured. I felt like I instead had to compliment him for being honest, seeing the way he was so unashamed of what he did.
그리고 그 사람도 무례했습니다. 당신을 그런 식으로 지칭하는 것은 마음에 들지 않았습니다.
What?
뭐 당신이 신경 쓸 바는 아니지만요.
Excuse me, when people are talking about me, I do think it's my business since it does involve me, even indirectly.
물론 제가 신경 쓸 바도 아니지만 말입니다.
Seeing his face, I felt butterflies in my stomach for some reason. Oops! I felt like I wouldn't be able to say what I wanted to like this, so I shook my head. I have to say what I want. Lance, what I wanted to say is, you still have to be polite to other people. You know, manners. Lance is cold, and in that coldness, I can't find any kindness towards other people. I first thought it's because he's a doll, but not all dolls were like that. I can't really explain, but unlike the other boys, I think Lance is missing some sort of peace in his mind. I think the sense of distance he has towards others, like what I saw earlier, is a result of that. Every time I see that, I get worried.
서로에게 지켜야 할 예의라는 게 뭡니까?
Those eyes were without malice and were genuinely asking me what it was. He must really not know. I'm saying you didn't have to be so harsh earlier in the cafeteria. You especially have to be a bit nicer to girls. Bull honky!
성차별적인 발언이라고 생각합니다만.
Thank you, Lance. It's because girls are more sensitive. Bull honky again, Eri. Probably.
섬세하다고요?
Yes, we get hurt for tiny things. For example... Girls feel hurt when you don't say thanks when they hand you bread, or coldly refuse when they ask for help about solving a math problem. And when you ignore their texts.
문자 답장이라고 했습니까?
I must have overworked myself while listing everything. Yeah, if you don't reply, it makes them think you don't care about them and they feel sad. Don't take it the wrong way. It doesn't mean that I care about those things. I added, remembering I had texted Lance this morning. He won't care about that, would he? I mean, what I'm trying to say is... Okay. I should just directly tell him about the things that worry me. What I'm worried about is actually... You seem to build a wall around yourself. Then you might really become a loner one day. Teo Yeonho... Teo? Who is Teo? Tae, Yeonho, Red, Yuri, and I might become the only people you have. I remember the moment Grandpa passed away. I still remember what made me buy the dolls. I can clearly recall the things I felt when I became alone in that empty house. Then I hid myself behind the dolls I bought and built an invisible wall so others can't enter. Then I was... It's okay to take it slowly, so try to be a bit nicer to others. Just a bit. I know how hard it is to be alone, so I didn't want that for Lance. Especially since Lance was the one who was by me when I felt lonely.
전 이대로라도 상관없습니다. 하지만 그것이 당신의 바람이라면 생각해 보겠습니다.
I was surprised he didn't say it's none of my business.
하지만 아까 그 사람의 발언은 아닙니다. 당신이 언급한 최소한의 매너라는 것을 지켜보도록 하죠. 그리고
Yes? I was thinking Lance talked more than usual when he hesitated.
제 옆에서 식사를 하셔도 됩니다. 불편하지 않으시다면 말입니다.
I mean, it's not like I actually like you or anything. Sorry, that just really sounds like a line that would come from a tsundere character as well as from an ice cold one. Oh.
아까 망설이시는 것 같아서요.
What was that? It wasn't anything fancy.
나가는 문은 이쪽입니다. 열어드리겠습니다.
Why is my heart pounding? Well, 48 minutes. I think the chapter is going to end soon, but I'm going to stop here just in case because I'm trying to keep most of the videos at 40 to 45 minutes, not all of them an hour long, unless you prefer it that way. See you next time!